Hello guys, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. So guys, so today was nothing special. I mean, we had few losers, few winners. Market was there was some nice movers on Tesla, NVDA, the SPY, QQQ at the open. After that, there was nothing really much. I mean, there were some midday movers, GTLB day two, and there were few losers. SMCI chopped us out, but overall, we managed well. There was nothing crazy happening in the market. Market is stuck right now. Market is trying to figure out what it wants to do ahead of the rate cuts. So we don't know. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, we're just going to recap our top plays, our winners and losers. Just a quick introduction for anybody who's new to me, new to my community, new to my YouTube, new to my Twitter. Uh, all these trade ideas and teachings are mostly from our community trade ideas. Either I'm sharing them or any of our traders in the community are calling those trades out. So those are the ones we're going to discuss. We do not trade random. We do not trade random. We have a repeatable system that thousands of traders across the world use to trade consistently. So we trade repeatable system that thousands of traders use across the world to trade consistently. So there's a Ripster cloud system that we use, and we have our fixed trading system day in day out. Either we are long or short, we are buying calls or puts. Whatever we do, we have a repeatable setups, repeatable system that I cover in my community in my previous YouTube recaps or my recaps on Twitter, right? So every morning my team creates the game plan for the day. You can see the game plan for the day. There were a bunch of names today on APLD, AVAV, NVIDIA. I highlight any good news there. Roku was there. So there was few other plays today in the community, which we are going to recap here. In addition to this game plan, where we have the earning plays, breakout plays, IPOs, upgrades, downgrades, we also have what we call as our day 2, day 3 setups. So my day 2, day 3 setups is my repeatable strategy that where we focus on the setups which had news last few days, and they can make a move today. So we have I did a free webinar for everyone on for this, and we have this webinar in our community as well. So if you want to learn about how to trade day to day 3 setups, you can watch my previous YouTube videos as well if you don't want to watch the webinars. So those are that, and then we also have our daily levels. These were our daily levels with which we can trade SPY, QQQ, IWM, uh, Boeing, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, all the main stocks, ARM, SMCI. So a lot of those stocks we can trade. A lot of those stocks were good mover today with these pivots. If you use these pivots today, you did make some money in the first 1 or 2 hours. We use these levels and the EMA clouds to trade long or short. Pretty helpful. You can pause the screen and you can review how the trades worked for these particular names. And then we have our low float strategy. We have a lot of low float plays. Today, my main low float play was APLD. Not really a low float, but it's a penny stock, so that was the one which was moving. So sometimes there's a lot of low floats running, and sometimes the stocks will not trigger. They will not trigger a setup to trade long or short. But anyways, this is the game plan we provide to the community at least 15 to 20 minutes before the market opens, so everybody can go through the game plan, have their watch list ready. I'm on the live stream. I'm streaming live the screen that you see, and I'm also on the voice guiding the community through the trades what we are doing. So anyways, I'm going to start to recap the trades one by one. Let's just start with the first play of the day. So let's first start with our trades on SPY QQQ. By the way, guys, you can trade the market, SPY, QQQ, these ETFs, for living. Every day I do a real-time guidance. Of course, I do a voice guidance in the community, and I also discuss these trades on the Twitter as well. I try to teach and I try to show the real-time before and afters. And it's not only about trading SPY and QQ. So it's not just about trading them. It's also we want to track SPY, QQQ for our marketplace, for the market sentiment. Because if market is not pushing, or if market is bearish or bullish, that's how we can. So that's how we can decide if you want a long or want a short. I mean, other stocks are gonna, the market-based index stocks are gonna be bullish or bearish based upon what market is doing. Because if market is heavy, the longs are gonna be tough, and if market is bullish, the shorts are gonna be tough. So we track for that purposes as well. And of course, you can trade the options, the leverage ETFs, SPXLs, TQQQ, TNA, TNZ, all of those things to make money in the market. You can watch my previous recaps. If you can literally learn how to trade SPY QQQ, if you just watch my hundreds of YouTube recap, you can also come to community, watch my SPY QQQ webinar that I did free for everyone. It's a 2-hour webinar which teaches you a lot of these. Right. So anyways, so what's happening right now? The market is kind of it's been choppy for last 2 days. I mean, there's money to be made. We made money long side, short side. We talk about it. But if I talk about it, its market has been just slow grind, low volume, slow grind. VIX is elevated. It's flagging right now. So this morning when we were watching it, there was a clear level. You see this level right here. And that was the level that I gave in the pre-market as well, 549.29. You can see QQQ 547.56. So there's a clear level to trade with, right? A clear level to trade SPY with. So that's what we did. So let's look at my guidance. What was my guidance? First of all, I told everybody that these are the levels for VIX. If VIX keeps holding those levels, let's see what was the plan on VIX. Let's see. So plan was that, let's see if I can show you, 20.50, 50, and 21 are two levels for VIX to watch, and those are the levels which we'll use for our bias on the market. So when VIX started to break those levels, you see that in the morning, right? And that's when the market was bouncing. You see that how VIX faded. I'm going to show you right here. Let me see here if I can show you right here. So you see that how VIX was fading and the market was bouncing. So that was the long trade there. And watch when VIX bounced from 1940s to 2150s, that was the short. And you see VIX was bouncing off the MTF clouds and SPY was rejecting of MTF clouds. So that's what the short was, So that's what it was. So let's look at the market guidance here. Okay, so in the morning, when I saw that SPY is holding up, I told everybody confirmed longs. VIX breaks 2050, you can it's a confirmed long. So it was a confirmed long right here, and VIX was fading. You buy the option calls 551s, 552s, whatever you buy, that's fine. And we always take our first stop profits into 10 a.m. But 10 a.m. trend held, and then market pushed into the MTFs, right? So you can see that I talk about it long. I told everybody MTF rejection, there should be some profit taking, and that's fine, right? We had this from 551s all the way to 553s. That's fine, a little small move, right? So that was the long, right? Look at the QQs now. So QQQ, same thing. When I saw the bullishness, VIX was dying. I told everybody, look, QQQ is okay to long versus 459s. The target on QQQ is MTF cloud. So that's your target. So Q's pushed from there 459, 460, 465. So decent, 30-40% on the options, and it's a green winning trade. You can see that. And once this big flush comes out, you get out. Big flush comes out, get out. Why the flush is coming? MTF cloud here, MTF cloud here. It's a 1 hour MTF cloud. VIX is bouncing. So you get out. Now, people were asking me, can we short it? Of course, you can short it. But remember, as long as the price stays between these pre-market lows, it might be chopped. So you can short it closer to the clouds. Look, when we broke 512s, broke 3450, beautiful short from 551. I told everyone, I was on the voice, I said if we break 549 area, there's going to be a big flush. I said that when I was on the call. I told everyone there is going to be a big flush. And that's what happened. When SPY broke this, big flush. And at the same time, so here you go. I told stop out of the calls under 512s. You can watch the 3450 later. QQQ stop out as well under 512s. So then we talked about this right here. Let's see where we talked about it. I'm just trying to see. Okay. Yeah, so right here, if the market became bearish, the QQQs became very bearish. I told everybody short only close to the clouds, check the QQQs. So that was a nice short trade, right? So, and you can see that where I told everybody to take their profits. So you can see how simple this was, trading with VIX and with the pre-market levels, long into MTF, QQQs long into MTF, and then reject. You don't have to short the tops. I mean, you can do that. That's a B minus setup, but then this is a B minus short right here, and then there's like a B plus short once we break the 3450, and this was A plus short right here when we break this. Right, it gets a little tougher. If you short here, you only have to have a starter position, and you did get $2 fade, right? That's where I mentioned everybody. There you go, boom. So yeah, our target was daily MTF. So you see, from 1 hour MTF to the daily MTF, that was a SPY target of the short. Look how clean this trade was, MTF to MTF, right? So that was the trade. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, that's the next one. We're going to talk about NVIDIA, right? So NVIDIA was on our game plan. You can see that. Why was NVIDIA on our game plan today? So NVIDIA was basically on our game plan because NVIDIA said they didn't receive the antitrust subpoena. So we were looking to long it because the bearish news was kind of out of the way. But semiconductors, it kind of worked and faded. But let's say how we made money first, right? So 104, 103.70 was support, 106. 106, 108 was the resistance. The game plan was long the 512 curls, and if SAM is strong, no go under 104, right? So we already had a plan that we are going to be no go if we break 104, and if it holds 104, we'll take those curls, right? So let's see what was happening on NVIDIA here. So NVIDIA again was basically the amateur move trade. So right when I saw the strength, it's pushing over this 105 level, I said starter long. We are curling, so I gave the starter long on NVIDIA right here, right? So I know my risk is right here. So wherever I'm adding, my risk is right here. I will stop out. I will not hold if this breaks. So right away a market order, you buy that. Then the targets I gave, 108 was my first target, 109 was my second target. Why was that 109 area my second target? Because this MTF clouds was there and there was resistance from yesterday. So now we did meet 109 target, but again the same problem. The 110 seller was still there from yesterday. So once it tried, you make a judgment call. 110 seller is not giving up. You just get out, or you finally get out when it breaks this 512 right here, 107.71. Right? I can easily go to 3-minute to just show you that. So I just have to change one of the MTF clouds to make sure. Let me see if I can change that 1 day to. Yeah, I just don't know. You can always change that. But anyways, the point is there was a nice trade for us, right? From 105, 106s to 108.9, like a $3 move. Nice move, 40-50% on the lotos. So that was not bad. That was a decent move. So that was our trade on NVIDIA today. So you can see my timestamp guidance, and you can see the pre-market game plan. Yeah, it faded again. Every day doing the same thing. But the good thing is NVIDIA is consolidating. But it's bearish though, frankly. I don't really know if it can. As long as it stays under this 110 buyer seller, it's gonna stay heavy. So that's our problem right now. All right, let's talk about Tesla now. So Tesla was nice play. I've been watching Tesla for a few days now. I was watching Tesla today. I think I did discuss in yesterday's video as well, if I'm not confused. So this was the setup that I was looking on Tesla today, right? But not only that, I was looking on Tesla today. There was a lot of flow on Tesla. I think Ghost board. Let me see if I can find that, if Ghost alerted it. So there was a lot of this our flow right away on Tesla. Let's see if I go back here in the morning. Yeah, so you see that lot of flow coming in on Tesla right at the open. So there was a lot of flow, and there was this breakout setup. You can call it a different way. You can call this a flag. This kind of also makes sense, and you can call it either way, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so Tesla was strong. While I was trading NVIDIA, a lot of traders in the community were trading Tesla, because here were the plan on Tesla. Here were my daily levels, 226, 228. I already gave those breakout levels to everyone to trade Tesla with. So did I close the clouds? Yeah. So I already gave those levels to everyone to trade Tesla with. 1 second here. Let me see if I can see the Tesla here. Yeah. So we already had those levels, right? You see, this is the level. This was the pre-market level right here, right? So there was already a level, and once I saw that Tesla turned bullish right here, that's where I told everybody on the voice that just go long. That's a good long. And not only that, right? I think I was let's see if I can show you. I was on Twitter. Even on Twitter, I posted the setup. I told everybody if we break the 230 level, so if we break that 230, 230 level, then we're gonna probably push a little higher. So let me show you that. I've been, because these patterns really work. So here you go, right? So this was a daily breakout. This was the right here. This was the breakout which I was guiding in the community, because when I was looking at this level, this was our breakout right here, 225, and then we have a pre-market high breakout, and then there was another breakout over 229, and that's when I posted this tweet that is a daily breakout setup. By the time I was posting tweet for the followers, it had already moved, but look where it went, right? 233.40. So another $3 to $4 higher since I tweeted about it, and Tesla hit 235. So I think that's the target I gave everyone. Yeah. So I gave everyone 235 target, and then there was a big seller at 235. So as soon as there was a big seller, we saw on the bookmap. So everybody in the community, took profits on Tesla. Bookmap helped us, and then when it was breaking the 512s, I told everybody just close it. And look, you closed at 231, you shorted, you got another retest of the breakout. This is a retest of the breakout. 226 breakout retest. Very important concept. So learn from this. Pre-market high breakout, daily breakout, option flow, sellers on the level 2, right? Breaking of 512s, retest of the breakout and bounce. So that was a nice trade in the community today. Let's go to the next one. So we did have some losers today in the community. So the losers was, we had SMCI, which was so choppy, so choppy. Every time we tried to long it, it just kind of chopped us right up, right? Initially it was bearish, so I told everybody do not long. Then it started to push up, 414s, I got some shares there, and then I told everybody to put stops at 410. It's again started to push. It pushed to 420. I mean, that's fine, $10 move, but we were looking for more, right? And then, when it was moving up, I moved my stops up. I think I might have added a little more shares, but this choppy action, I actually already knew this could happen, because when stock is stuck in this range, it's not going anywhere. But so it was a bad kind of setup, but regardless, I'm still guiding the community through this trade. Try to push, and then we had a little more, but then it flushed back again, and at this flush is when I stopped out. We were looking for 420, 424s. Few traders did make money initially when I said 512 call longs versus 410s. It did push from 414 to 422s, good for a scalp. But overall, it was just a waste of time, right? See, I said now acting choppy. So yeah, it was a loser. So understand what's happening, right? You don't want this. You want something higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, right? This is what you want. If you want to try to long something, we want a steady high, 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 right? Steady. I should be able to draw a trend line, not this chop, right? Not this chop, because I'm going to lose, especially if you're an option trader, you lose money. This trade, you lost money because you barely scale out when it moves, and when it pulls back, your options lose more money, even if you were like a break-even price. All right, let's talk about another one. There's another AV, yeah. So I think, yeah, that was one. So AV was another loser in the community today, because it couldn't it couldn't figure out. It was just so choppy. So initially we were bullish on it, but when it pulled back, and I said avoid the bullish, we can short it, and then it tries to pop. Try to pop. You short it, but it's the candle just pulled through it, and then it starts to look bullish, and then you're trying to long it, and then it flushes, right? I mean, it did. I did talk about shorting the pops at 192, right? You can see that the short the pops versus 192, but this chop kind of wasted a lot of time, and already it chopped a lot here, so it was kind of a loser. of course, unless you saw it later in the day, you showed it this breakdown mid of the day, that would have worked. But this initial first hour trades were choppy losers for us, right? So it was a long loser, and so did not really work. And the short also done, it took some time. It didn't work right away. So yeah, that was another loser there. All right, let's look at next play there. Next play we're going to talk about is AI. So AI was a long in the commodity today. Let's see here. What was the plan on AI? AI, the plan was bearish wise to short the pops. Watch out the 512 curls as well. So see how I have a bearish bias, but at the same time, if it turns 512, I'm going to change my bias. So let's see what happened here. Let's go look here. So we want to go here AVAV. Oh, not AVAV. We want to look at AI, right? So AI, let's see what was my guidance. So I told 512 curl, that was probably, I think it was on voice. AI was on the voice. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see if I can find that. So anyways, it was AI was a curl 512 long 3450 curl 512 3450. So AI was a long 2050 was the target. So we did push from the morning curl 1922 2050s, right? So then your stops are at 1950, but you see what's going on here. So this is, you stop out, but this 512 and 34 are so close. They are so close. So there was a morning trade was fine. There was a morning winner, right? But there was another midday trade. Of course, you have to take profit, and sometimes if the 512 and 34 are so close, you can use 3450 as your risk. You can definitely do that. And then there was a bounce long trade. When you see this hammer candle, you long here, and then you trade the long back up and see how it broke 512 and reclaimed right again. So that's even more bullish. Doesn't always happen, but you see how the 512 is just so close, 20 cents. So you have to make a judgment call to how to trade this. But anyways, the morning was a long winner, and it's a good case study and to understand. Let's go to the next one. So there was another play, NIO, since I was busy in NVIDIA, but NIO was neutral bias 434, 450. Those were our two levels from the morning game plan. And NIO held right at the open. See, it pulled back 3450 bounce. I mentioned that 3450 bounce. I mentioned that's still strong. It's going to make another move. And after that, you're just supposed to ride the 512s all the way up. And you can see that I told everybody no reason to cut as long as it holds the 512. And that, and NIO went on to push from 440s all the way to 485s. Right now it's on gapping up. So I wonder if, things have been, it can be a multi-day runner. So we are going to watch pullbacks on NIO tomorrow, because this is very impressive action on NIO today. Right, so we are going to watch we are going to watch second day breakout over 5 psychological level tomorrow. So remember that. So we'll definitely watch it. So there was another one which was a JBLU. JetBlue was okay. It was a nice morning long as well. MTF breakout, game plan long. So it was the morning long. It was what was the plan? Let's see. JBLU. Trade versus 5, no go under 5. That was the plan. And you trade it versus the 5. Look at the dip. So wherever you long it, your risk is always this $5, right? So that is your risk, $5, right? And then you could easily make 50 cents on versus that. So that was the morning JBLU. All right, so next one we're going to look at GTLB. So GTLB was just a day two. I discussed it yesterday as well. Not going to spend too much time on this. I discussed this in even yesterday's YouTube video. If you watched my yesterday's YouTube recap, you got this long, right? I even tweeted about it. I had a GTLB tweet yesterday. Let me show you. See what I'm saying here, right? So that was the yesterday's long versus 5090, right? And we pushed higher. And I did say watch day two multi-day, and that was for the Twitter followers. And you can see the setup, right? This is a day two earning setup, again and again, repeatable. I have covered it many times. I gave it as a day two. I just showed you my day two sheet here. It was day two 54 support, resistance to 5461, and then it continued to push, right? So just have to long versus the clouds and just ride it all day. And you have to make exception here because 512 was close, or you add back. So anyways, that was a day two setup. Very, very repeatable setup. Nothing crazy about it. Make sure you remember that. So another one we're going to talk about is Zscaler. It was actually a loser in the morning, but then look at this 512 call in the midday, right? I mean, in the morning it was a, we had this Zscaler as our day to set up. 156, 158 was a resistance. So once it's cleared 158, it was a long, but then it right away pulled back. You stop out, you take a dollar and a half loss. So that was a loser. But if you see that you saw this call 512 and 34.50, so very nice move actually. Good traders covered this in middle of the day. So that was a really nice one here. You can see Mikshu was on top of it, and the Ray Trader, very good job by them. They were on top of it. Really nice calls, Emerald. Yeah, so really nice job here. So you see HJ alerted the 3450 curls. Very good job. J watched over the clouds, move over the clouds, right? So that was the curl setup, right? And just when so we'll talk about DLTR as well. So that's why we watch these plays. That's why they're day 2, day 3 repeatable strategy, right? So look how the traders in the community are nailing it. I mean, look at this move. You could literally have made so much profit. Defined risk, right? 3512 curl, 3450 curl. Beautiful. Yeah, Apple was another long. You're not going to spend too much time. I had the levels given the pre-market. You can see here. Basically, Apple was pushing over all the MTF clouds. It was a nice scalp into 225.48. I think Mav was trading it. I think he put his recap as well. Yeah, Mav was trading it long over the MTF clouds. You can see his timestamp guidance. Very proud of the community. I mean, so many. Just blessed to have so many smart folks in the community today. We also, there was another community play that I want to discuss. So CAVA was another community call out. I usually have CAVA on my day-to-day 3 list. Today I did not, but Booty called it out early in the morning because he saw that nice little setup here, right? This was the setup on CAVA, and this was it's over the 1 hour clouds, very bullish, breaking out yesterday's highs. Perfect setup. And thanks to Booty, hundreds of traders in the community were able to trade that long setup. Beautiful job. So another one that's just we're gonna cover is DLTR, right? You remember DLTR was one of our top plays yesterday. Today it was day two setup, right? You can see my level 60 to 35, 63, 35. So in the morning it was kind of choppy, did not really work, but in the middle of the day, DLTR did the same midday 5, 12, 34, 50 curls. And that was also beautiful call outs by Ray Trader. You can literally see how everybody, you can see Mikshu walked it through. Look here. So Mikshu walked it through 1 hour, 1 hour. I think it's a 1 hour, it's 10-minute chart. Yeah. So Mikshu, you see that. Yeah, no, this is 1 hour. So you see that 1 hour, how the curl is happening. So that's why you always look at, higher time frame. That's why how you look at the higher time frame. So look at those ideas. It's just killing it. So but anyways, the point is, I was stepped out today. I had some work, but a lot of the traders in community literally nail so many plays. DLTR is just one of those examples, and because these are on our watch list, right? So those were another of the community call out winning trades. DLTR. I think I did mention it early in the morning, but nice midday moves on DLTR and Zscaler.